All right, now you guys did a really nice job last week with that practice. So remember we went through, I told you to pick out the warm colors. So there's a red, there's a red-orange, there's an orange, a yellow-orange, and a yellow. So you have those main kind of warm colors to use for your pumpkin. And I, for my example, used, bless you, the orange, yellow, orange, and yellow. Okay, so I'm going to do my example here with those three colors. If you would like to use the red or the red-orange, if you want that darker, more like reddish color to your pumpkin, that is totally fine. I'm just going to do these three for my example right now, okay? So remember, we started with that middle color. So my yellow-orange is what I'm going to use first. And I'm going to start coloring in kind of that middle third of my pumpkin. And you're going to be going piece by piece with this. And by what piece by piece, I mean you're going to color this one. Then you'll color your next one. And so on. You want to make sure you're going up and down and following that shape and the length of the pumpkin pieces and not going left to right. Okay, because that won't help with our blending. Remember, we talked about it being like fingertips that have to go together. Okay? So I'm going to take my darker color now and lightly add to the bottom here. And remember, we needed that area of overlapping. Okay, so where that darker one is going into the middle, and then where our lighter one is coming down from the top. Now, if you will notice when you start doing this on your paper, yours is going to look a little different because you're going to have that purple behind it or the black behind it, and it kind of adds a different glow to your pumpkin. So it's going to look a little different than mine on the white paper. But the biggest thing is just continuing that blending. So after we do this once, we're going to go through again and press a little darker. Okay, so I'm going to press here, and this is just going to pull together all of that oil pastel goodness. It's okay if there's still a little bit of that background showing. I'm not going to try to cover up like all of these little itty-bitty white pieces that might be showing through. Take my darker orange, go up into my middle. There we go. And then I'll take my yellow from the top and overlap down into that yellow-orange. So again, you can use, if you want to add in that red, you can. I just prefer the look of these three colors. Something else that you want to stay away from doing is making these kinds of sections where you say, okay, only the orange stays here. This is where my yellow-orange stops, because this creates kind of like, I call it the candy corn pumpkin, and I don't like candy corn. But it kind of creates just color blocks where they're just these chunks, and you want it to smoothly transition from one color to another. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and start picking out your colors, kind of see, what order you might need them in.